With the release of this new Helluva boss episode, we ended up still having a lot of unfinished plotlines and stories regarding the future of the series, and what's to come in the second episode of the season, where we will possibly have the conclusion of Stolas' mental breakdown, with him maybe becoming a villain or splitting up with Blitz, and with Octavia stealing the book as it was revealed to us through sneak peeks. I'm here today to explain and theorize together with you guys about episode 2 of Helluva Boss's second season, which will continue all these stories that we are so hyped for, theorizing about how the narrative and the storytelling of that episode will be, to let all of you guys aware of what we already know so far about what will happen during this so awaited episode. So leave a like in the video and subscribe already, that I'll keep bringing Has-Been and Helluva videos to all of you guys. The first episode of Season 2 of Helluva Boss ended up giving us a lot more character development regarding the lives of Blitz and Stolas, and how they met each other as kids, having Blitz manipulated the prince throughout his entirety of his life, which made Stolas have a complete mental breakdown like it was already explained in another video in my channel. What made him finally break up with Stella and demand a divorce that would make his future become completely uncertain, even more after Stella said that she was sure he would pay a lot for what he had done. And with all of that information, we can already start to theorize about what will happen with Stolas in the future of Helluva Boss, and more specifically, possibly in the second episode, since now he is officially single, because Blitz also abandoned him, and Stolas figured out how he had been manipulated throughout his entire life, and is really pissed off and disappointed with that. What indicates to us that probably in this new episode we could witness Stolas and Blitz officially splitting up, where the prince could take back his grimoire and give in its place an Asmodeus crystal to the imp, so that he could go to the living world without his help, being this one by far the most likely plotline that Visipop will go for, since that would add a lot of more feeling and importance to when they finally come back together in the future. And it's after this separation where a lot of fans want and expect Stolas to become, even for a little bit, some kind of villain or antagonist, since he is literally a legendary demon with a giant arsenal of insane powers that was manipulated throughout his entire life by the being he loved so much, and finally snapping out of that would have awakened his wrath. Where possibly, even if not in this next episode, in the future we could see Stolas killing some demons that would come to try to face him. And this could also go a little further than that, making Stolas finally put an end to either Striker or Stella, since even if both of them are hunting the prince, in terms of raw power they don't stand even a glimpse of a chance. But as you was already said, this story is just based on some theories that a lot of fans are interested, cause Stolas has basically everything at this point to become a fucking great villain or antagonist, but it probably won't happen, so coming to the thought that Blitz and the prince would break up, it could even be in this next episode that this happens, where we'll see the reaction and the repercussion of those actions to both Blitz and Stolas. Since in one side we have our prince completely destroyed mentally, having been forced to act in such a way, and in the other side we have Blitzø, feeling like complete trash once again, for having destroyed everything he had, and pushed away someone important for him once more, where in this separation both sides could learn a lot, so that in the future they can come back together, as it was already mentioned, in a way better manner. And with that, I also believe that it will be in this episode that we will see the start of Stolas' new plan, being here where we will finally be introduced to Andre Alphas, and get to know up close what are his real intentions and schemes regarding Stolas in the future. There is also several theories that point out that Stolas possibly will really end up dying in Helluva Boss, finishing up an extremely sad tale, where Andre Alphas could possibly have something to do with that, but I don't really think that would happen in episode 2, and it would be something that we could expect closer to the end of this season. But in any way, I believe these are the main theories of what could happen to Stolas in episode 2, since after this insane character development evolution that we had in Marvelous Return of Helluva Boss, we have countless possibilities of what's to come, and what in the end will happen finally Stolas. Moving on now to this other story that we possibly would expect to see on the second episode of this season. Being part of that episode, this sequence already revealed to us through sneak peeks, where Octavia would steal her father's grimoire after everything had happened and the girl had to endure, being still possibly here so that Stolas doesn't have to come himself to take the book back from Blitz. Where in this sequence, firstly we see Octavia entering the IMP office while their members are distracted and don't notice that she just walked in there, while Moxie is doing some kind of massage on Blitz, which allows the girl to start sneaking in towards her goal. Then we see Octavia hiding behind a plant and proceeds to throw herself on the ground to slide towards a copy machine, avoiding getting spotted by Moxie and Blitz. After that, she goes to what appears to be a window and pretends to be a painting, being able to get through Luna unnoticed, this way and follows on with her mission. Where now we see Octavia trying to find what she was after in a chest full of things from the IMP members, without much success, when she finally notices something and looks back to find something different, some type of safe that she immediately puts the right combination in to open it and show its content to us, being that content Stolas' legendary grimoire that the girl picks up right away and starts going through some pages of the book until she finds the enchantment she was after, reciting then the words of the invocation, "Take me to the stars," which starts the invocation of such enchantment, and the powers of the grimoire manifest themselves in the room, getting these powers to such a level that they make the IMP members finally notice what's going on there, so they barge into the room just to see the girl finishing what the enchantment she was teleporting and up to the stars, without being able to do anything to stop her, with Blitz even saying, "Oh shit." Having been all of this entire sequence revealed to us throughout some sneak peeks, possibly from episode 2, where we'll be able to see together with this new situation from Stolas, also what will happen with Octavia stealing the book from the IMP, leaving a lot of more things to happen in the second episode. To finish the video off, I would like to comment about some other possible scenes that can appear in the second episode, besides these main ones. Being the first one, the possibilities, the episode 2 would be the episode that we would see Fizz and Blitz in Mamon's show, where it was already said in this channel that it could be the start of their hate for each other, where Fizz would have all of his limbs completely amputated. Being this episode situated in the past, where both of them were still in their youth, being Blitz and Fizz supposedly big fans of Mamon, that in this show would finally be able to meet him in person, but that might not have worked out so well in the end and end up having this already mentioned situation what would have a tragic end for Fizz. Being another possibility of what would happen in this episode, these scenes of Fizzaroli and Asmodeus having their relationship exposed to all of hell, where from that point onward, the demons would start to call Asmodeus a hypocrite and demand for him to lose his position as Prince of Lust, for having gone against of his luxurious instincts and falling in love with Fizzaroli. Where these two would have to come up with a way to escape the triggered masses, to keep their superior positions, and that would very well involve the members of IMP and Stolas, with his mentality after having gone through everything we've seen on episode 1. And finally, one last scene or possible revelation referring to episode 2 would be how Andre Alphas would be introduced to us throughout these new plans of Stella, where we would finally get to know for real how the goetic marquises of the Ars Goetia are, together with what would be his plan to deal with his sister's situation. What would possibly cause that in this new episode we have the already so waited first encounter in the series between Stolas and Andre Alphas, and how both of these goetic demons would react, and even possibly, because of the mental state of Stolas and the arrogance of Andre Alphas, something bigger could form. Like some type of fight between these two royalty demons, using their powers and abilities, and that in the end could mark that the second episode of Season 2 of Helluva Boss would be where the legendary goetic war against Stolas could very well start, with basically everyone going against the prince and only Octavia and the IMP standing by his side, what could be his final last fight. Before finishing the video, I also would like to thank all the members of the channel that always keeps all of this going. Thank you so much, and also to all of you guys that watched the video up to here. You're all really amazing. Thank you guys so much for having watched my video. I hope you all enjoyed my theories and explanations regarding the second episode of Season 2 of Helluva Boss. That will reveal many things to us. So leave a like in the video, subscribe and hit the bell. That we have so many more incredible Husband and Helluva videos planned up to come up. So peace!